back. Can I hear myself? Can I hear myself? We're back. 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 Can I hear myself? Okay. So I think the audio is working well. Yeah. Just to let me be sure. Okay. So I think the audio is yeah. Just let me be sure. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So let me mute this. Yeah. So we are here for day three. So this is day three in the CPTS preparation module, and we are back. We are so back, right? So today's box is fluffy, so I'm going to jump right into today's box and get ready. We are here for day three. So this is day three. Yeah. So let me jump right into it. Yeah, let me just jump right into it. I don't know why my monitor keeps doing this thing. What's my monitor doing right now? My monitor doesn't want me to stream. Oh, Allah. Okay, so I fixed that issue. So, jump right into the box. So, today's box is fluffy and it's an Active Directory box, right? So, as you can see, we're seeing here, fluffy is an easy difficult Windows machine designed around an assumed breach scenario. So where credentials for low privilege users are provided by exploiting CB 2025-24071, the credentials of another low privilege user can be obtained. Further enumeration reveals the existence of ACL over WinRM SBC. So we're going to look at all this when we jump into the box, and let's just see how it goes, right? So um, let's connect to our VPN real quick. So C hacking. So I just like to create a folder for all the boxes so that we know what we are working with, right? So but let's also quickly connect to the VPN. So we're connecting to the VPN real quick. So where's the VPN? CD. Okay, so open sudo. Um, yeah, so connecting to the VPN real quick, and we just have we got our IP. Now let's start the machine. Yeah, let's start the machine. So while we're doing that, so from the last video, like just to put it clear, from the last video, I hope you guys have been able to, like, not even from the last video, for those preparing for their CPTS like exam, right? I hope you guys are reading your modules. I hope you guys are doing everything you can, because I mean, you should not like waste too much time on the exam, right? So please, 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 if you're preparing for the CPTS module, if you're preparing for the if you're preparing for anything, right, just, you know, don't stall too much, right? Practice, practice, practice. So in all this time, you can also practice. You can watch the video along to also practice. You can, you know, from the modules that you have, you can also like practice with it. But the most important thing for your CPTS exam when you're preparing for it is that you practice, practice, practice. Very, very important. So, yeah, machine is still spawning up. I don't know. I don't know if it's my internet that is slow. Is my internet slow? I don't think it's my internet. My internet slow. I don't think practice. So. This machine should spawn up now. I don't understand. Ah, gosh. For those viewing, you can also drop your comments. When we are solving the machine together, you can, if I get stuck, you can just like point me in the right direction on what to do, on where to go. Yeah, finally, so our machine is up. So, as our tradition, let's see if this is alive. Okay, so this is alive and well. Let's clear this off. Nmap dash pn dash svc then. So this is just a service scan and a version scan, scanning the whole port and version on that particular IP address. Now the next thing we need to look at is, so one thing that stands out in this box is that they said Fluffy is an easy difficult Windows machine designed around an assumed breach scenario. So we are giving credentials, right? So let's say you have these credentials like initial photo. So what can you do, right? So these are our two credentials here, right? We'll always come back to them. So what I like to do when I have credentials like that is just to use netexec. So netexec smb and our IP. So let's see if it's reachable at all. So if it's reachable, right? If it's reachable, we can now use the credentials to like enumerate, because one like most important thing you need to understand is that enumeration is important in your journey, right? In any box you solve in the exam, like enumeration is really important. My camera, what's on my camera? Enumeration is really, really important, right? My camera just glitches sometimes. I don't even know for that guy. My camera just glitches like. So now this is available. So let's do the username. So username is going to be this. Username is going to be this, and the password is going to be this. Password is going to be this, right? So um, let's check on our map scan. Is this too big? Sometimes I feel like this is too big. Okay, so now map scan, we can see this is an active directory, all right? So this is an active directory, port 88 is open, 3268 is open, 5985 is open. You know, a lot of ports are open. So this is an active directory. It's a very sweet box. Okay, let me reduce this a bit. All right. So in a scenario where you have like credentials already, right? One of the things you can do is you can it becomes quite easy, right? Because you can specify that shares can specify that shares is here. Yeah, so specify that shares to see if there are any shares. But instead of doing that, we can also use SME client, because I'm seeing that my my this thing is very my net exec is very slow. SME client dash L, then I think our IP 10.129.1.1. Alright, then dash U. What's our username? This is our username here. And oh, I need to specify capital letter U. Then input your password. If I can just copy the right password. So then input your password. Then okay. Yeah, so you see this almost gave us the same result. Anyways, SMB. So what we can see here is that um so what we can see here, we have the so this user has access to different shares. He has access to the IT shares, which is read and write. I think this is the only thing that stands out here, the IT shares, which is read and write. So that stands out for us, right? So it doesn't say read and write here, but when you use NetExec, it tells you that um, the IT shares has read and write. So let's try to log in via SMB to the IT shares, right? So this and just specify this /IT, then let's log in with our password. Let's log in with our password. Okay, so we are in ls, and we see that we have different files here. We have the keeper my screen. Okay, so we have keepers, we have upgrade notice, we have a lot of things, right? Let's try getting the upgrade notice. So get upgrade notice PDF. Okay, um let's see where is it? CPTS track fluffy. So let's see. So in the upgrade notice, right, you see that so multiple multiple high impact vulnerabilities have been publicly disclosed. All administrators are instructed to schedule a maintenance time slot to upgrade all the systems in accordance with internal security policy, right? Upgrades must be completed within the defined change window to reduce the risks of exploitation and maintain compliance with patching requirements. Now, um, so I think this is just to give an internal memo, right, saying that upgrade should be done. But I think these are some vulnerability present on their system. So you're seeing recent vulnerabilities. So these are some vulnerabilities present on their system. And since we already know this is the vulnerability that we are like looking at, so let's go to GitHub. So um, let's understand what this vulnerability is. So this vulnerability says, okay, this vulnerability says exposure of sensitive information to an actor in Windows File Explorer allows an authorized attacker to perform spoofing over the network. So basically, some sort of spoofing exploit. So let's search for GitHub exploit, right? This thing's just too in my face. Like, come on, it's just too big, right? So I'm not seeing many GitHub scripts. Let's see this one, right? So that document was exposed on. Sorry, that document was it exposed on the shares. So going back to what you said. So when we use netexec, right? Like I said, when we use netexec, we specify to see the shares that this user has access to. Now we see that the only shares that has read and write permission is the IT shares. Now, when we logged in to the IT shares, right, we were able to see that under the IT folder, right, it has like different files, and one of the files, one also another like an important file that stood out was the upgrade notice file, right? So the upgrade notice file is just um like it's a mandatory time slot booking critical update. So these people, they found vulnerabilities in their system and they just want to like perform an upgrade, right, for these vulnerabilities. Now what we are going to do is we are trying to like exploit one of these vulnerabilities that was found. Now it's, I don't know if I answered your question though, but the the file was found on under the IT shares, right? Yeah, it was exposed on the shares. I'm talking too much. I should have just answered the simple question. Um, exploit. I don't know. I'm not seeing any exploit here that we could use. I think when I solved the box initially, I used, there's a guy exploit I use. Um, 0x6RRS. Start him. I think this is him. Yes. Why does this thing keep getting bigger and bigger? So let's try to get this exploit ready. Um, cd CPTS tracks fluffy. So sudo git clone. Yep. So sudo git clone this, and so because let's even see what the vulnerability is doing. So Windows Explorer automatically initiate an SMB authentication request when a .library ms file is extracted from RAR archive. I think so. This is how you run it. So Python POC, then this. Let's watch this video so we can better understand like what's happening here. So the user is okay. Then you specify your IP. So after specify your IP, how do we, okay, the exploit is then created. Then you run responder. Then you do we need to RDP into this box? Okay, so when you run responder and when you run the exploit, it captures hashes for you automatically. So I think that is the angle. I think that is the angle. That's the angle here. So you run responder. When you run responder, then you run the exploit. When you run it simultaneously, then you get like what we are talking about. So let's one more thing. So cd cv, sorry. So let's give it permissions. poc.py. Oh, plus x. Okay. Then python poc.py. File name, let's do fluffy. Our IP, I think, is okay, 10.10.16.15. So you are using your, so the IP you're using, it's your VPN IP. Oh, permission denied. Everything requires sudo on this machine. Fluffy 10.10.16.15. So completed ls exploit.zip. So now what we will now do is we put exploit. No, it's not here yet. What folder are we logging into from here? Okay. Let's just do so we need to run smb. We need to put this zip file according to the video. We need to put this zip file in the upload it to the shares, right? So um let's do this. Okay, then let's copy our password. So our password, so put exploit.zip. So put exploit.zip. So our exploit is here successfully. So now in the video we are told that we should run responder. So sudo responder. I don't know how long we have to wait, right? 0. I don't know how long we have to wait for this, because we have to capture hashes after we run our responder. Left to right. Let me clean IP. Okay, so this is our IP 2 10 10 16 15. Okay. Now I don't know how long. Okay, we've captured hashes. Nice, 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 nice. Sharp. So now we've captured p dot aguilar hashes, right? So the next thing we need to do, this is an NTLM v2 hash, right? So the next thing we need to do is to crack this hash. So how, let's, one of the tools we can employ to crack this hash, you can use John the Ripper. Either we use John the Ripper or we use what's it called now, hashcat, right? But let's hashcat exam hashes. Okay, so Control F. So this is the module we're going to use, Abby. Yeah, this is the module we're going to use. So we can stop responder now. Yeah. So this is the hash. So let's save it into a file. Sudo gedit fluffy dot txt. Okay, so we save this, then we clear it off. Abi? Yeah, we save this and we clear it off. Now, so now we need to crack this hash. Hash. Okay. So now let's employ John. Should we use John? Let's use John. Let's use John. Fluffy hash. So now we have the user's password. Now the user's password is Prometheus303, right? P Agelia. So from our NXC, let's see if those credentials are correct. So P dot Aguilar, right? Is that the correct thing? P dot Aguilar, then dash P Prometheus 303. So let's just see if those credentials are correct. Then we know like what to do. So SMB. Is this SMB? It's also SMB, yeah. Exit, exit, clear it off. So under NXC. So let's see if these are correct. But one thing we can be rest assured that we can do is that we can, okay, okay. It's also found in the CO1. Okay, so those credentials are correct as well. So now one thing we can be rest assured that we can do is that we can employ Bloodhound, right? So, but there's one tool I love to use, right? Rusthound, right? I think I love to use Rusthound. So I'm just going to use Rusthound because I mean, Rusthound helped me during the exam, right? So we're just going to use Rusthound. Um, if I can remember Rusthound command, if I can remember Rusthound command, I know that. Okay, so one of the okay. So um um let me Google Rusthound command. Rusthound C command. Okay, so dash D, dash U, dash P, dash Z. So this is to generate the, let's copy this. This is to generate the, where are we running it? No. So to generate the file that you upload to Bloodhound, right? So Rusthound C dash D. What's our domain? Our domain is fluffy.htb or dco1 fluffy.htb, which also found here fluffy.htb, right? So copy that. So fluffy.htb, then I'm finding out to see those things. So then dash u, is it P Agilia? No, I can't find that thing again. Okay, P Agilia. P Aguilera, then the password P dot Aguilera, P dot Aguilera, Aguila, not Aguilera, Aguila, then dash P, our password, then dash Z. I think that's the command. Okay, so you let raw sound run, then it's going to generate like the file, this like the file that you're going to use. So while that is running, let me also spawn my bloodhound. Okay, docker compose up. No, how do I spawn on my bloodhound again? I need to check my notes. Permission denied. Every time permission denied. Yeah, yeah. Cause I'm like, how do I spawn up my bloodhound again? Cause we don't get any file back here. I think I need to um check for this bloodhound. Let me check for Rostam commands. Let me check for Rostam commands. Right. Um. So check for Rostam commands. I'm checking my notes. I'm so sorry. I'm checking my notes. I'm checking my notes for Rostam command because it's supposed to generate a file that we're going to use. Um. What is this? 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 Where do I store my commands? If you have Rostam command, you can drop it on the chat. Like I don't know, to generate the file. Please, if you have Rostam, okay, I think I found it. What I found. Let me just search for Rostam. Rostam. Okay. Okay. So I think it is this, right? The username, the password, the domain. Then okay. So let's do it. So that C all. Then the domain, right? Then the IP, which is 10.10 dot, what is it now? The IP, then dash dash zip. Huh? Okay, so now you see it's collecting it. So now I don't know if I should drop this command in the chat or something. Should I drop this command in the chat? I don't think so. Right, but now what we are doing is we are collecting um the file that we are going to upload to Bloodhound, right? Because um that file is very important, right? So yeah, so ls, so you see our file has been uploaded successfully here, right? Can you guys see it in the chat? Can you guys see all of this in the chat? Let me check the stream. Okay, because I'm wondering, like, now what we do is we send this to Bloodhound, right? So we upload it to Bloodhound. So when we upload to Bloodhound, then we can get like the internal AD structure. Account, please provide a new password. Bruh. What? Okay now. Oh, it's been long. I The last time I used my bloodhound, to be honest, was during the exam. That's why it's telling me to provide a new password. Because the last time I literally used this thing was during the exam. New password does not match. Ugh, okay. So reset, then we can log in. So let bloodhound, do his thing. Then yeah. So to upload a new file in bloodhound, so you come to no, not collectors. So these are the files I've uploaded before, right? So I need to upload that new file. So documents, sorry, I think I should just drag and drop since I have it here already. Okay, so no, this is not it. Yeah, so upload. Now, so it's uploading. So when it's uploaded, it's going to ingest. After it ingests, then we can now like continue our what's it called now? Then we can now continue. Where's the mute button here? Mute button. So once it's ingested, then we can continue. Okay, is this it? 2026 05/20. Today 20. Okay, today 20. Then explore. Let's search for P Aguilar. Okay. Now this is the user that we found. So we're able to successfully crack this user's password. So um one of the things that we do is we um so one of the things that we'll do is that, sorry, I need to um, okay, so one of the things that we'll do, I'm literally searching for something here. Just a minute. Just a minute, guys. I need to quickly sort out something here so we can continue. Um, so okay, yeah. So one of the things that we do is that we're going to um enumerate, since we already have like the ingested file. So let's enumerate. So we can see the member of, so Agilia is member of service account, domain users, and the likes. Then we can also see outbound control, object control, right? Then inbound object control. So I think it should be into, so you can see all the things that like Agilia is like connected to, right? So where's that thing? Okay, this is my problem with Bloodhound. It's very, you have to start. Okay, so one of the things we know that Agilia is a member of the service account, and the service account has a generic all like um, generic all access. So for those that are wondering what generic all is all about, um, the member of the group service account have generic all permission to the group service account. This is also known as full control. This permission allows the trustee to manipulate the target object however they wish. Okay. So it has generic all access to the service account now. Let's see Linux abuse, right? So for Linux abuse, we're seeing that one of the things we need to do is to, I think, so we add, so NetRPC group members, target group, domain controller. So we add it to this group, right? I'm coming. I need to enumerate further. Oh, okay. So now I am. Okay. So I think what we need to do right here is very simple, right? So once we can compromise, we compromise like P Agilia, right? If you check the inbound control object, no, isn't this the inbound control? This for service account. So for P Agilia, if you check the inbound control object, it has, sorry, outbound control object. It has like, is a member of the service account, and service account has generic or like access to write to this other service account, right? So what we need to do is we need to just add um, P Agilia. We need to exploit this generic all right, right, that P Agilia has. Now, how do we do that? I think there was an easier way I did that when I did that before. There was an easier way I did that when I did that before. Um, yeah, so there was an easier way I did that when I did that before. Right. Then yeah. So let's follow the the walkthrough. So let's follow through how we do this. So net RPC service account managers, because the service account managers, right? So net RPC service account managers, then yeah, service account managers, and then the username and password, right? Then yeah. So let's do that. So clear this off. So net RPC group. This was group group group. Oh no, this was the exam. So service account managers dash u fluffy dash htb, then p agil agilia, is it agila, then our password was somewhere here. Yeah, Prometheus, right? Yeah, and then our password, then so then our IP. So we add it. So once it's added, so these are the group members, right? Now we need to also check. So for service account, let's see what members are also there. So basically what we're doing is that we want to check. So for service account managers, we've seen the users that are there, right? Then for service account, we can also check the users, right? So service account, we can S. Okay. Then we can now add a group member. So it's still the same thing. So since we want to add a group member, so let RPC group add member, right? Group add member. Is that it? Net RPC group add member. Net RPC group add mem. Service account. Oh, we need to specify the user we want to add. P Aguila dash U. Okay, so we add him. So after you add him, then we can now check. Okay, so now let's check if it has been added successfully. So P Aguila has been added successfully, right? Now what we need to do, we need to um uh so what we need to do now is we need to generate like the so now that we're a member of, so now let's go back to our blood down to enumerate further. So service account, outbound control object. So it has generic rights. So and what basically, so what's generic rights, right? Let's see. Generic right access grants you the ability to write to any non-protected attributes on the target object, including members for a group or service principal name for a user. Right, so that's what generic is. And from the machine info, we know that further enumeration reveals that the existence of ACL over this and this WinRM can be used to log into the target, blah, blah, blah. So that's true. For our okay, I don't think we used WinRM to log in. All right. Um, so so what we can then do, right, is that we do um so after adding it, right, then we can do something like this, right? Since we know that um so clear this off, then this. Okay, shadow. Okay, field. I think this is my problem with AD boxes, right? Where you have to do this whole clock skew thing, right? It pisses me off a lot. Pisses me off a lot. Did it generate anything? Okay, we just have to wait for it. We just have to wait. We just have to wait. We just have to wait. Um, so yeah, we didn't get anything, right? Because we need to run this whole clock skew thing. Let me run it again, right? This time you can run it this way. Then what's our IP? So let's see if we get any clock skew error, right? So we can also run it this way, right? Um, this is always an hassle, man. Like it's always. So we just have to wait. Okay. Do we get any hash now? Do we get any hash back? Do we? It's telling us we don't have an hash for this, right? I'm confused, man. Successfully restored old credential key. Empty hash. Ten dot 129.1.1. Okay, now let's run it again. Okay, are we getting anything back now? Okay. Do we okay, now we get the hash for it. Now after getting the hash for this, what do we then do? So we can log in even WinRM and like get our user flag, right? So even WinRM, our hash is here. Then the user is what's the username again? What's the username? We just generated a user just now. WinRM SVC. Okay. So WinRM SVC, and we log in our we log in WinRM. So if you're wondering how did we get this user's hash, right? Basically we um, um pass WinRM. So how did we get this? Basically what did we do? Right? We used our we use certify AD2. So we added what's it called now? We added P Aguilar to the service account. Then from there we're able to since it has generic all right to you know those users, then we can now after we added it, then since it has generic all right to those users, then we extracted their hashes, right? So their door seems a bit slow, man. Yeah, CPTS, yeah, type user.txt. Now we get our first flag and submit your first flag. Submit flag. Oh, we submitted it before, but that's our first flag, right? And that's about it, right? Now the next thing to do, right? The next thing to do is to also get the hashes for all these users, right? Um, to also get the hashes for all these users. So let me clear this off. Um, WinRM SVC. So there are three users that we are looking at, right? So what are those three users again? LDAP SVC. So LDAP SVC. Um, WinRM SVC, LDAP SVC, and CASVC. So those three users, we need to get those hashes right. Now, um, now we need to get those hashes right. It's taking a bit of time. Like I don't know how this thing always takes time. Insufficient right? Huh? Thought we just use this now. I thought we just used this just now. Just use this now. Let's see. Let's see. Um, okay. So let's continue our walkthrough. So it says here that there's an ADCS that we need to exploit, right? So since we have, gosh, where's okay? Since we have this, right? WinRM SVC. So we can also do um H, then Let's see if ADCS is actually present. But I want to test this credentials to see if it works. Then we test if ADCS is actually present. Yeah. Okay. So let's test if ADCS is actually present, and from there we know, huh? LDAP, because I'm like LDAP. So what's happening? ADCS. Then remove optional. Okay. Let's quickly run this command. Then this. Then let's run that again. Alright. So if ADCS is present, then we can know like how to exploit it, right? So the machines be slow, like slow, man. To be honest, like I don't even know how slow this is. Okay, so ADCS is present, and yeah, so now the next thing we need to do, right? Um, we still need to get those users hashes anyways, right? So the same way. So let's run something again. Oh, so let's run something again, right? Let's do this. Okay, so run this again, and insufficient right. So that means we need to run. What did we just run now? Before that, we ran this. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to um, run certify AD, right? So certify. So we run certify AD, right? After we run certify AD, then what's it called now? We run certify AD, and then we can now get like our root flag. but I have these hashes here, so I just run them. So certify AD, then the account, then the hashes, then read. So what's the first one? The first one is this. So oh, so certify AD, then dot 129 dot 1.1. Right. So after we run that, then okay, then after we run that, we can run we run certify AD again, but this time we are going to specify update, update, and the user is still this, but we're going to um do dash upn administrator, certify the administrator. So once that's settled, then um once that's settled, I think we can try to get the admin hash, right? Yeah, we can try to get the admin hash. Or how do we get the admin hash? We can try to get the admin hash, but let's, so we run that, we run this, we run that, then we run this again. We run this again, right? 10.129.1.1, then run this. Run this, run this, run this. My box is a little bit slow. Then we run this 10.129.1.1, 10.129.1.1, then so this is successful, right? My box is just so slow. Then we run this. Oh, what's the last command you're supposed to run? 10.129.1.1. Let's just file the direct GPFX. Oh, mm, yeah, that's the last thing we're supposed to run. That's the last thing we're supposed to run, right? So that's the last thing we're supposed to run. Then we get our um admin hash. This thing is just, it lags a lot, and I can't even explain. My camera lags a lot, right? So updated successfully. then and well, mm, so we need, oh, now I get. Let's do fake time. I don't have fake time. Yes. So there's a way we're supposed to get that hash, right? So just run it. Um, so fake time, then just printing the using the command here, cause nt update nt ntp date dash q dco1 dco1 dot fluffy.htb fluffy.htb. Can't remember this command off the top of my head, so I just need to print it from here. Then cut dash d dash f 1 2 certify ad acquire dash u ca underscore etc dash hashes. What's the hashes for this? Okay, then our hashes, should we? Okay, dash dc ip 10 dot 10.129.1 .1.1 dash target dco1 dot fluffy dot htb. Then dash ca fluffy dash dco1 dash ca. It's a long command. Dash template user. That was a lot. Let me just copy it so that I can save it for next time. So I mean this. So when we run this, I think we can now run our what's it called? I thought I run this already. This thing just takes too much time, right? And I don't like it. It's taking too much time. So run this. Then after we run this, then we we try to get our admin hash net BIOS the most like ntp or let me just run it like this. let me just run it like this, right? Let me just run it like this. 10 dot 10 dot 10 dot 16 dot 15. Then our oh um no eligible servers. Like, to be honest, I don't. Okay, not admin. Take a print it. Oh, so we're able to do it. So let's do this again. But this time we're going to do um we're going to do certified um nt update dash certified auth. I think I need to pause stream and come back. So after long hustle, so this is our admin hash, and if we do this and we CD to desktop, yeah. So type root dot type root dot txt, yeah, and that's our root flag. So we're able to successfully, like, um pawn this box. And some of the tools that we use in pawning this box, we use Bloodhound, SMB client, NetExec, certified PY, and Rust down. So it's a very simple box, right? And I feel like just go over it and try to practice as well, right? So that's time for today. So see you in the next video. Thank you.